In the Gospel of Matthew, in chapter 25, verses 35-36, we have a stinging warning issued by Yeshua Mashiach. It reads, "For when I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. And when I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. And when I was a stranger, you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." How do we see the poor? What is being poor? To look at that, to think about that, we have to have a clarity as to where Jesus is. Where is he? Where do we find him? All through his ministry, he was not found amongst the noblemen. He wasn't found amongst the priesthood. He was not found amongst the rich or the famous. He was found amongst the poor, the destitute, the forsaken, the lost, the forgotten, the lonely, the abandoned, the miserable. Conservatism teaches us that for some reason poverty is brought on by self. And to some degree, that may be true. People squander money on needless things, looking for the quick rich, looking for that $1 million lottery that never seems to manifest itself in their hands. For every $1 million a 649 offers, $8 million is taken in profit. Yet we don't see it. All we see is the tiny worm of 1 million being offered up today, and we gotta go buy that ticket. In Proverbs, it states that 10, to a degree, like I said, it states that, sorry I'm grabbing my notes here. In Proverbs 10:4, it says, "Lazy hands make poverty, while diligent hands bring wealth." Not always. We have a lot of hard-working people here in Canada. They're being paid a subservient wage. And the thing is, it's rationalized by wealthy individuals of the exploitation of these individuals because they house them and feed them, provide them food, transportation to and from work. These are foreigners, they're migrant workers. They're here for a season and gone. How can we justify this, claiming to be the followers of the Messiah, when Jesus himself spoke against it? In Proverbs chapter 20, verse 13, a secondary argument also says, "Do not love sleep, or you will become poor. Keep busy, and you will keep plenty. You'll have plenty." But I know people who work hard and still have nothing. I've worked hard and still have nothing. I have no great wealth. I do not own a house. My car is broken. I still walk. I still owe money. And I'm still here speaking to you. What measure have I done? Where there was work, I found it. And I did it. And still I'm looking. sometimes for less than minimum wage, and sometimes for more. For whatever God portion gave me or granted me, I was always thankful. But even my own children will tell you, there was no mark of laziness in my life to warrant the destitution. High taxes, high prices, high rentals, expenditures which I am not completely responsible for. For that which I spent foolishly, I take fully account for. I make no excuse or provide no rationality behind it. But at the same time, we see the church preaching a prosperity message while it shackles up billions and billions of dollars into its storehouse and not really doing anything. The poor will be always amongst you, Yeshua told you. And our compassion should be reaching out. There are churches which could do more that are doing nothing. These televangelists which take in billions of dollars live in a life of luxury, having several private airplanes, several limousines, private maid service, living in the life of luxury. Have you not read the scriptures which warn you, you have had your reward? What you think you're banking up for tomorrow, you will have nothing, for you have received it all today. In Revelation it talks about how the church would say, look at me, I am increased in good, I am fat, I am wealthy. Surely God has prospered me. And yet the Spirit of the Lamb says, you fool, I see you as you are, naked, hungry, a harlot. You are not at all doing what the scripture says. We countered the argument of staunch conservatism with the scriptures found in Proverbs chapter 21 verse 13, which says, the one who sits and despises the poor will himself also call out and not be answered. The poor are the poor. And yes, some of them are there through their own selfish desires. But because a person is considered poor, realistically, it's not always their fault. Many people today, through circumstance, through low wages and high taxes, through high costs of food as well as shelter, are living on the edge of decimation. In North America, where we are blessed, and where the grinds of the gears of industrialization once again turn around, let us remember from the land where we came from, and do not enslave the people who are hungry and destitute, and do have the compassion of ministry to reach out to the poor, wherever and wherever we can. What we are given, we are compelled to share. And when we do not have, that is fine. God will make a way. I'm not asking for your millions. I'm not asking you even for a dime. But I am asking you, start looking around, if not at me, around your community. And if there is none, start works of compassion in your community. Behold, the hand of the Lord is at hand. And if we are caught sleeping, our lamps will be empty. Arise, awake, let your light so shine before men, that they should become jealous and be drawn to the flame, that we could gather in as many souls as we can. And we can do that by showing ourselves different. not aligned to any political party, or looking to the government to come up with own solutions. Don't wait cap in hand for someone else to do what you should be doing. Arise, O children of Zion, and let your light so shine, for our Messiah comes, even soon with his reward. To the orphan, to the widow, to the stranger or the immigrant, let us show compassion. For those that don't wish to blend in or change, we can't do anything. Start a work creation program. Start a building project. Have a volunteer program. Things where people can come in and make a small acre and feel their self-worth. Stop providing these band-aid positions or potions or programs which really go nowhere and don't help change life. A lot of people aren't working, not because they're lazy, but they don't have the skill. Bring skilled workers on and have them work alongside these unskilled workers in a building project or some type of project where some kind of means and meagerness, so they understand the wealth of love and compassion and see a church in action, not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. Something to think about when you're singing Amazing Grace. If you're looking at this video, share it with your friends in compassion. This is time to start the conversion of the church. It's time to see what we're really doing and what we're really about. And start to take the fog glasses off of our eyes and see people for who they are. Reach out and touch someone used to be a slogan. And we have forgotten to reach out. And the church is no longer touching the people. Until next time, this is Rabbi Daniel saying Shalom. Shabbat Shalom today. And Mazel Tov to you all. Blessings.